Good evening, everybody. Hello, Curl Centric. Welcome. Welcome this night. We have a lovely talk tonight. We're going to talk hair. All right, so we're going to wait for a few people to get into the room. Oh, have mercy. It's because something is sitting on my keyboard. And... All right. There we go. All right. So welcome tonight. My name is Carmella. I am the owner of Carmella Marie and operator as well. And tonight we are talking hair. And I made sure that I detangled my hair and just let it all out because we're going to talk about different things, okay? So tonight's topic is how to keep hair moisturized for days. So we're looking at that. I mean, one thing I want to make sure I talk about is that I know a lot of times when we think about moisturized hair, we think about perfect curls, right? We think about that perfect twist out. We think about that perfect wash and go. It looks like it has, you can, there's a curl pattern, right? I purposely wanted to make sure that I didn't do that tonight. I wanted to show everybody that moisturized hair could also be in the form of a fro, right? And this hair is moisturized. When I go outside, it will blow in the wind, right? It's light and fluffy. It is full of, it's not hard. It's just really nice and moisturized. So just kind of making sure we understand that it's not all about curls, right? I can take it to curls, but I also want to make sure that we are embracing the fro, right? And really sometimes just letting it be and still putting good stuff in it is going to be really great. So we're going to get into it. So here we go. The first thing that we're going to focus on is product, because product is super, super important. And one thing that I do not want you ladies to be is afraid of product. I'm afraid of using enough product. I know that you'll be like, well, I don't want it to flake and I don't want it to be too much. And to that, I'll say, don't use too much of the gel if it's like a styling agent. But definitely, for me at least, and for a lot of our clients, is that cream, okay? So don't be afraid of using the product. And what I like to do is I like to tell my clients to apply enough product on that wash day, on the day you actually have your full hair care experience, because we're not using the word wash day anymore, but the day that you want to actually have your full hair care experience when you're going in with a shampoo, right? Which right here you can see that that we want to make sure that we get in and shampoo our scalp, okay? So we purposely put on this awesome and amazing nozzle, which you can target your actual scalp with that. So that's where a lot of the dirt is and the buildup is on our scalps. So really getting in there and getting that scalp really good is going to be imperative. And this is a sulfate-free shampoo. You should definitely use a sulfate-free shampoo. And unless you are using something that has silicones in it, then you need a sulfate shampoo to take out those actual silicone, right? To take that off the hair shaft. But this is a sulfate free shampoo. It does set it up, right? Just make sure that your hair is nice and wet so that you can get your full effect. So what I normally do is I'll go in, sectioning the hair and go into the root, right? And I know we've all seen this, but just really just getting there in that one section like that. And then towards the end, right before I am ready to rinse it out, I do pull it through the shaft of the hair. So now we actually pull it on the shaft of the hair, but the focus of the cleansing is not, me cleansing the hair for a long period of time, but more so cleansing that scalp and then pulling it through and then rinsing it out. Okay. So that is a tip for you. The next one is that you can deep condition regularly, right? That goes back to don't be afraid of using the product. I know people are like, well, it costs a lot, or, don't be afraid of it. And also, don't be afraid to treat your hair, right? I love my hair. I want it to be here when I am 50, when I'm 60, when I'm 70, when I'm 80, when I'm 90, when I'm 100, when I'm 121. I want it to be here. So with that said, I'm going to give it all the things necessary for it to thrive, right? So with this, our deep conditioner, which is a honey hibiscus, okay, honey hibiscus deep conditioner. It's amazing, right? I'm going to show you how it moisturizes anywhere from deep conditions anywhere from wavy hair all the way to curly, coily, kinky hair. So it's a very diverse conditioner, and awesome and amazing. Okay. So deep condition. So people are like, so how often should you deep condition? When you say regularly, deep condition regularly. You can do it where you can, you might not be a full blown deep conditioner, but you might just do a deep condition where you leave it on for 10 minutes, or you might go all the way and leave it on for longer, sit underneath some heat, or put a plastic bag or your cap on, and maybe do some housework to generate some heat, right? So that you can definitely open the hair follicles and absorb all that yumminess from the deep conditioner. So, however you wash it, however often you wash you cleanse your hair, you want to deep condition. And also something else that you can do is co-washing. You might not shampoo all the time, but I do like to do a really good co-wash with the deep conditioner, which has honey in it, okay? And honey is an awesome and amazing humectant, okay? And then this last one on here is looking at your moisturizer. And I'm going to do a demonstration and kind of do a refresh on my hair while we're sitting here. Your actual moisturizer that is a leave-in, the first two ingredients should be water, right? It should be water. And the one that I like to use, especially on the refreshing, and even just to really moisturize my scalp, is our B3 hair cream, okay? The B3 hair cream has cocoa butter, softens the hair, shea butter, vitamin B5, which is going to help protect against split ends, so I like to get that on the ends, and jojoba protein, which is really going to draw in the moisture particles and keep it there longer. So, and it has a lot of other yummy, nutrients in it that's really good for actually, the scalp and problematic areas that might be thinning, right? So this is what I'm going to refresh my hair with tonight. And some of the tools that I have, of course, my Felicia Leatherwood brush. Let's take this out. Stop sharing. Felicia Leatherwood brush, some clips, and I want to be able to show you all what it is I do. Let's pull this back because the hair is massive. So I basically, it is the best brush ever. It is. I do love it. I do love the Felicia Leatherwood brush. I do. All right, so here we go. Moisturized hair, right? I first like to make sure you never should brush your hair dry ever, right? I like to use our M2 spray, which has omega-3s in it, which are going to actually help you fight against breakage and dry hair. Omega-3s, we have in here is really great for that. It will actually help make your hair more elastic over time. Now, oh, what happened? I have more product. I like to start off with this. This is just some water. Because I always tell people to start off with, I like to start off with water because water is water. But that's just my way before getting in there with the M2 spray. And I love this bottle because of the pump spray. So you can keep those M2 spray bottles and upcycle them for it to be your water, your spray water bottle. I don't tire my hands out. You won't tire your hands out. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so we have gotten that. And before I even start to go in, I don't want a lot of breakage when I'm going in to detangle the hair. Okay, so this is the leave-in. I like to pull it apart as a way to detangle before even going in with my brush. Okay, and one thing that's going to help you keep your hair moisturized as well is by actually taking out time to make sure it's not tangled as well. I try to make sure that I don't let it go too long with because I know that once it starts to really tangle, that means that it's actually dry, right? So this wasn't like at all. I hold it at the end. We take it back. Very little, nothing, a couple of strands of hair, right? Okay, so as you can see, hair is now falling because it is wet. But what I will go in with next is just a little bit of the B3, okay? Especially on my gray areas, which have lost their melanin and are a little bit more unruly. I don't need a whole lot because this is me for this particular piece. Because this is more of a curl refresher, but when I do a fresh wash day, I like to add more product in, okay? All right. So, product is in. B3 Natural Hair Cream is in, right? Okay, I'm adding more. I'm adding more. Okay. So, hair is nice and juicy. Juicy, just from the two products that we've used, which is the M2 spray and the B3 hair cream. It's juicy. Those are both, between the two of them, nutrient filled. Your hair will love it. And what I'm not going to do any gel because I already have some gel on it. Okay. And now what I like to do, okay, ladies, what I like to do is still brush that through in there so that the hair can get fully coated. Look at the shine is there. All right. And I know you're probably like it's wet, but the shine is there, right? So I would leave those twists in for a few days. Let the hair marinate, right? I know we like to do where we get a twist and do a twist out and just be like, bam. But, you know, when you put your twist in, let them stay in so that your hair can marinate, so that your hair can have time away from the elements, you know, time away from being manipulated, right? And go from there. Okay? So leave your hair twisted up. That will help you retain moisture. That will also allow the product just to really just soak in there and to really do its job versus it being out in the elements from, you know, 24/7. You could do that, okay? So now when this dries, the next day, what I definitely recommend, or when you're ready to take it out, is to apply Jamaican black castor oil on there. Okay. And that will help keep that frizz down. That will also increase the length of time that it's gonna like really pop, right? But the B3 hair cream and the M2 spray alone, just as a refresh, is giving me juicy twist, like juicy twist. Okay. So those are our two. Now, normally also what I do, if I didn't already have gel in it, and I already have gel in it, I would actually apply our My Gel with sea moss, right? Collagen, yummy for the hair, really a prolonged shine, especially for my hair type. I like it for the curly, coily, kinky side. For those, some people do too, but there are some people who wavy curly, who still love, and I still love it too, so we're not gonna say that don't. But I do use the new gel with the sea moss more, is using the My Gel flaxseed gel, because it's a little bit lighter, there's less oils in it than the new one. Okay, so the My Gel is also great. Now Robbie, who she is from Canada, is told me a story that and tells me and keeps me posted all the time on her hair care journey and how long her curls last. And she said her longest time without reapplying product was over 5 days and she uses My Gel religiously, right? She has curly hair. And I'll make sure that I do tag her in a post after this is over with, but the My Gel is amazing, right? So just use the B3 hair cream, get these juicy twists, already see some really good shine. The key is definitely to leave it in and leave the twist in. And I would, if I'm doing this for an actual style, which this will probably come out tomorrow or a day or two, or if I actually just do the whole head, I would do this cute enough to where these could actually stay, and I would pin these up so that I can get the fullness of the effect of having my hair kind of tucked away from the elements. Okay, so next is not that one. Let's choose a different asset. Is this. So to keep your hair moisturized for days, if you're using straight coconut oil, okay, that you have to be careful of, because if your hair is already dry and you're just applying coconut oil, what coconut oil will do to your hair is actually seal in protein and keep it and harden your hair over time, right? So if you are using straight coconut oil, I would say cut it with something. Cut it with an olive or avocado oil so that you aren't using that straight coconut oil, because straight coconut oil will actually dry out your hair over time. And it might be over time, over years or over days or whatever that is. But yeah, so if your hair is dry and using coconut oil, cut that with something else, okay? Also, another thing, over the pandemic, I haven't trimmed in a while, but in the pandemic, I felt like my hair really took me through a number. And I felt I had to trim it because it just kept tangling so bad. So I want to say I trimmed it twice or 3 times. It was really, really bad. But I'm going to say this, okay? So I ran into an older lady, and she said the following. She actually had COVID. And she said that her fro was the size of my fro. When I saw her that day, her fro was the half size of my fro. She said her hair broke off so bad after COVID, after she had COVID. So I was like, wow, that's something that we want to talk about. So hopefully we'll get a chance to have a conversation with her and her experience, her hair experience with life after COVID for her hair. Because she had a really, really big fro. So she just, and it wasn't too long ago, a few months ago, that actually happened to her. So, I said all that to say, trim regularly, right? So if it's 3 times a year, or 2 times a year, just depends on how much manipulation you're doing to your hair, okay? The next thing is keep your hands out of your hair. Every time you touch your hair, you're pulling out some of its natural oils. Every time it even rubs up against, the back of your seat, the inside of a wool coat or cotton shirt, that is pulling the natural oils from your hair. So as much as humanly possible, keep your hands out of your hair and also protect it from the surrounding areas. And then protecting your curls at night. So I'm going to talk about that. And then we'll take questions. So if anybody has any questions, definitely type questions below. But hair care at night, for me, you can have I have double duty. So I have a silk pillowcase just in case I really I pull off this, or I'm using one that's big. But I don't use a silk bonnet. I just personally don't like bonnets. That's just me personally. But if what I do use is this, okay? It's a stretch blend. It's a lock sock. We have to restock on some better colors. Right now we just have miscellaneous colors. So if you order tonight, it'll be like a miscellaneous color. But this is my own sock lock. But I will put the sock lock on at night. And even during the day, if I just want to keep my hair away from the elements, I will keep this in my sock lock. Okay, I will keep it in there. Lord, So, this is my nighttime routine. Now, it's in the beginning, it's snug around the top, but this one is not snug. It's not superly snug. But if it is something that you do get and it's too snug, you can always just flip it to where this side is on your actual edges, okay? So this is my nighttime routine. I keep it away, and even during the day, I make sure that I keep it tucked away as much as humanly possible, unless I'm, I need to have it out. But that is important, that you protect your curls at night. So that is that for now. But what I do want to definitely touch on is my gray edges. Do I have any individuals out there who have gray, who might have some issues? And let me see if I can go back, see if I have any questions. No questions. Let me pull this up really, really quick. So for my edges, because I have to take care of them just as much, I will make sure, in addition to what I'm using, is and my edges have actually, let me see if I can go in. My edges are a nice, like, they're growing out. For a long time, I was the person who just kind of played with this area. So I've had that's just me. But this right here, this is my problem spot. So I use this new Jamaican serum, and I will get right in there. And the Jamaican serum is it's moisturizing, right? It's really good for the hair. I put a little bit there. And if I need to, let's say if I just want to keep my hair in a fro, what I would actually do to still moisturize it without me having a texture to it, because I really wouldn't want it to be textured, I can just all over put B3. But instead of that, instead of using the B3 hair cream, I like to use the regular Jamaican black castor oil on my hair. So my day-to-day is a little bit of Jamaican, probably some M2 spray just to bring some moisture to it, and then I go. So this is hair not being, just really embracing the afro texture, right? And I'll just keep it up with some Jamaican black castor oil, the regular one. I get my problematic spots, which is our growth serum, okay, on this edges, because this is my largest section here. And then here, this I used B3 hair cream and M2 spray to give me that yumminess. So my hair will stay moisturized, especially after a good wash on that scalp. pulling it through, it will stay moisturized as long as 5 days, right? And we've seen that with some of our other clients who tell us about their hair. So it just depends. But if you have questions that you can't really get to us right now, we have a Carmella Marie text line where you can text in your questions, where you can go to the site and hit the chat button and then leave your number and we'll get back to you. Or you can also text directly at 330-583-4196. Okay. And if you use code self-care, that's 2 words, self-care, you can use that code and get 15% off your order on carmellamarie.com. And if not, if you live in the Youngstown metropolitan area, we have 2 stores that currently sell Carmella Marie. One on Market Street at All-in-One Beauty Supply Store. And then our second location is at Giant Eagle, Churchill Commons on Belmont Avenue. And you all have really been supporting at both locations, really, to tell you the honest truth. So I appreciate that. The team appreciates that. And then if you're in Canada, you can order from Curls and Confidence out of Toronto, Canada. She's been a great partner and a part of the Carmella Marie family, right? She's been a part of the Carmella Marie wholesale retail family. And then we do carry a couple of products, not the full line, but at AD Beauty down in Conyers, Georgia. So those are our spots right now. I know that y'all have been asking, like, when are you coming to Cleveland? When are you coming to Pittsburgh? When are you coming to Detroit? We're working on it. Definitely working on it because you all are family up there as well. So trying our method. We can do a customized hair care experience for you. And you can text for us to help you. We can set up a one-on-one consultation virtually. Just shoot a text at 330-583-4196. Again, 330-583-4196, or visit our site and hit us up in the chat box. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I want to hear about your stories with, utilizing the products that we were talking about tonight. And I know we didn't talk about sealing in with gel. That's an important piece, but we'll talk about that another night. All right. So thank you so much. Until next time.